What's up, guys? We go racing in just a couple weeks at the LA Coliseum. It's exciting. Obviously, that is preseason. That is preseason thunder, whatever you want to call it. We used to call it Speed Weeks at Daytona, but I guess that's not taking part of that anymore. But I did a video last year called my way too early 2022 predictions. Now I'm going to do my still pretty early 2022 playoff predictions. That's this video right here. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the bell icon. Get notified. Subscribe. 77% of my viewers are not subscribed. We want to get that number down. We want to try and hit that 50-50 mark. Help me out, guys. I really appreciate it. Before we start the video, are you concerned about who sees what you're doing online? The theft of your information, the security? I am. I don't like that. I don't need the government knowing. I don't need all these annoying ads. Babe, I think we need a new toaster. Scroll through Facebook, 6 billion toast. Get the toasters off my Facebook. NordVPN is the fastest, easiest to use, and biggest online defense that you can possibly find. They do a fantastic job, and if you use the link in my description box below, you can get a fantastic deal off of their services. Just make sure you use my link in the description. So now going into 2022, I mean, obviously, Kyle Larson, reigning champion. You've got Chase Elliott has been in the Final Four a couple times now. Kyle Busch. I mean, you got a lot of these guys that have been playoff eligible and made it all the way through the playoffs many times. And you've got some guys who are, well, rookies. They're guys who've never really had chances in great cars. This is my top 16. These are the guys I think are going to make it to the playoffs in no particular order. So Kurt and Kyle Busch. Kurt Busch is extremely consistent. He's getting into the new 45 car with support from TRD at Denny Hamlin and Michael Jordan's 2311 Racing. He's extremely consistent. He always makes it to the playoffs. He gets a win a year, and I think that's going to continue. So obviously we're going to chalk Kurt Busch up. Kyle Busch, I don't need to explain it. It's Kyle Busch. Chase Elliott, definitely a consistent driver. I think he's going to go out and snag a win or two this season. Maybe even more. Obviously, a next-gen car, he could do pretty well with that. Kyle Larson, I don't want to say he's God's gift to NASCAR, but look what he did in his first season in top-tier equipment. This season, with the next-gen car, obviously everything's a little changed up. It's going to be a little more evened, but it's still Hendrick Motorsports. I mean, he's still getting in. William Byron, he's becoming a more matured, solid driver, and I really like seeing that. He's getting in. Denny Hamlin's a shoe-in. I think Kevin Harvick's a shoe-in. Ryan Blaney is having better and better seasons, obviously with 3 wins last season. Come on, Ryan. We know you're in. Ryan Blaney's pretty much a shoe-in. I think Tyler Reddick gets in. He's becoming more consistent. He's doing a much better job. And with this next-gen car, I think it's going to really help him out. As with Ross Chastain, we got to see what Chastain could do in some good equipment last year. And he was in good equipment. He wasn't in great equipment, and he was up there. I think if that Nashville race was a little longer, I think we could have had a competition for the lead between him and Kyle Larson. I think Bubba gets in. Oh, man. I know the old school guys, the haters, are going to get mad at me for saying that, but I think Darrell Wallace Jr. makes it into the playoffs. Does that mean he gets in with a win? Maybe. I think he's going to be a little more consistent this year. They're working out the bugs of there being their first season as a team, trying to put everything together. So I think that's really going to help them out. Kurt Busch, of course, same, he's going to help out. He elevates every team he goes to, Kurt. So I really think Bubba gets in. Whether he's seed 16 or seed 5, I think he gets into the playoffs. Martin Truex Jr., obviously, a shoe-in. I think he's only got a couple years left in the Cup Series, but I definitely think he gets in. Alex Bowman, last year was like a breakout season, whether they were fluke wins or not. Call it what you will. That Pocono win, yeah, obviously. But, I mean, Richmond, Martinsville, he went out there and he took it. He won those races. Dover, he went out and did a great job at. Christopher Bell won last year at the road course at Daytona, obviously, for his first career win and only his second career start for Joe Gibbs Racing. I think we see a little more of that this year. And I think Austin Cindric gets in. We got some great selection of road courses, and Austin Cindric's fantastic at road courses. In the number 2 car, I think he goes out and gets it done. But, I mean, I got 3 wild card picks, and these ones just go off of, I don't know, experience and just what I've seen with them, both the drivers and their teams, progression and things like that. First, Kulik Racing's got their first win. Kick-ass win by AJ Allmendinger, which he took after Denny got bumped from the lead. I'm sorry, Denny fans. I'm sorry, I had to say it. It was a funny scenario. Not funny if you're a fan of either the 14 or the 11. But I'm an AJ fan. I like AJ Allmendinger. I think he's got great energy. He's exactly what NASCAR needs. And he went out and got it done. He had to be in contention, and he was in position to take control of those wins. That's why I never take out the guys who stole the win. You have to be in contention. And he was there. The driver, though, you know, the team's got the win. They've got the resources behind him. The driver, he's won in the Cup Series at Daytona. He won Talladega and Daytona in the Xfinity Series. I think Justin Haley might snag a win, might steal a win and be a dark horse pick there to get into the playoffs and replace one of those drivers I listed in the top 16. He was one of the most consistent, the most consistent driver on road courses in the Xfinity last year. Maybe he gets there on a road course. I mean, who knows? Number 2 is going to be Eric Almirola. It's his final career season in the NASCAR Cup Series. He is retiring. We all know that. I think Eric goes out and maybe squeezes in. Maybe he gets a little more consistency. Maybe Stewart-Haas Racing goes out and kind of pushes a little better and does a little better job than they did last year, which they desperately need to. Eric, if you don't recall, Eric was the only winner last year. I think he goes and snags one more. I really do. And I think he, at minimum, snags one more playoff spot. And number 3 of my wild card dark horse picks is Daniel Suarez. I like Daniel. I think he's a great driver. I think he's a good dude. He's a solid dude. He's got a great personality. He's a fun guy. He's never really impressed me in race cars before. I mean, obviously, Joe Gibbs Racing in the Xfinity Series, he's Xfinity Series champion. Was it 2016, I think? 2017? He's gone out. He's finished second. He's gone out. He's finished decently in top-tier equipment. And also in top-tier equipment, he's never really impressed. But last year, in the first season for Trackhouse Racing, he had some pretty good runs for what he had. Obviously, I'm not saying he went out there and dominated any races or anything. I thought the Bristol Dirt Race I thought that was his in. I thought that was his win. He couldn't get it done, but he did a fantastic outing nonetheless. I think Daniel Suarez sneaks in either on points or a sneak-in win. And I think, obviously, AJ Allmendinger, as I mentioned, is going to be a part-time winner. Obviously, no playoff contentions there, but I think he snags a win somewhere this season, driving that 16 car for Kulik Racing. Hell, I mean, Noah Gregson's a great driver. He's going to start some Cup Series races. First one at Atlanta, the newly reconfigured Atlanta. And Hemrick's a good driver. Very consistent, but he obviously had never had any success in snagging wins until last year at the championship race. So you could see that 16 car snag a win or two this season as well. Those are my thoughts, not yours. Make sure you guys check out the videos. Make sure you like and subscribe. And stop the spying. Make sure you click that link in the description box. Have a good one, guys.